The night Seamus broke his leg, my wife had a miscarriage that morning.
Oh my God. Right.
And I knew James McCarthy might be struggling. And Martin said, you might be starting because James is struggling.
Had she phoned you and you were over in Ireland?
Yeah.
Right.
So I laugh about it now, but at the time there was no laughing matter. She obviously, it happened naturally, so I don't want to go into too much detail,
no,
but
don't.
Like ambulances had to come to the house, so she's ringing me. I'm in Ireland, I'm in the hotel, like trying to prepare for a game. So then she gets rushed to hospital. Luckily enough, now I've a pair of neighbours across the road, Graham and Sue, amazing people, came over, minded my little girl. Then Curtis Davis and his wife came, because Callie was really good friends with Laura. She came to mind Alana, because Alana's like familiar with her and whatever.
Yeah.
So Callie was in the hospital and she was up the walls. Then her mum had to come over. So it was kind of like, what do I do?
I mean, you must think I've got to go. Or did you know I'm not going?
I can't say I didn't know I was going. I spoke to my father. Father said, you have to go. It's your wife, like, it's your family, you have to go. And then Martin, I went and spoke to Martin. Martin says, you have to go. And then as the time went by, like, it just became like, when can I get there? And this is the God's honest truth, is when can I get there? I wouldn't have gotten there. Like, she was rushed into hospital about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I wouldn't have gotten there till about like 5, 6 o'clock. So it was kind of like, what do I do? And then she was like, look, I'm okay now. Everything's fine. So then I was like, oh, do I go? And like, blah, blah, blah. And then I just said, do you know what? A little bit more time passed by and she said, look, I'm all right, I'm fine. So then I made a decision to stay. Look, should I have gone? Yeah, I heard about it when I went home. She said, you weren't on there, Mama. But then I see in my household, if you say, you're fine, you're fine. Do you know what I mean? Mm. Like, if she turned to me and said, I really need you here, I was gone.
Of course, yes.
She'd said, I'm fine, and I was thinking, right, she's all right. And like, I knew her mom, her dad were there. Do you know what I mean? My daughter was fine, blah, blah, blah. And then I ended up playing the game. James got injured in the warm-up, I believe. And then I remember I was warming up, we were just kicking a few balls around it, and Mick, the kit man, ran out and was like, Meyler, the manager wants you, and he's like, you're starting. So, played. I believe we drew 0-0.
Was it difficult to play? Like, does it, when you're waiting for a kick out, do those thoughts cross your mind?
Weirdly enough, like, you know, that was obviously the night Seamus broke his leg. So like, as much as I was dealing with my own things, I tend to deal with things differently than my wife. Like, at the moment, she's scared that in 6 months' time my retirement will hit me rather than now. She deals with things then and there. I tend to, like, worry about her, and then 4 or 5 months down the road it hits me. Like,
right.
That happened with the miscarriages.
Right.
But then even then I was concerned about Seamus, like, thinking, is he alright and whatever, blah blah blah. But like, we all go through difficult times or whatever. It's how we deal with them. Probably took me 4 or 5 months to deal with that then. Do you know what I mean? At the time I could probably just bog myself down in football and, do you know what I mean, concentrate. No, I'd played the game. I think the manager's putting huge faith in me here. Like, he could have easily picked someone else. I need to repay him with performance. Do you know what I mean?
It's extraordinary. Like, in a million years watching that game, just not thinking that, you know, when you...
Yeah, of course. And then you even... Do you know what I mean?
It's probably saying, how did Meyler play? He wasn't, you know, could have been better.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, it's the all, like, suicide is the biggest killer of men, isn't it? Because they don't want to talk about anything. And
did you go and talk to anyone 5 months later when it hits you? Did you go and see a counsellor? And
I did, yeah.
Your guts out? Yeah, good.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
It was quite funny, like, because you put on a brave act and you just kind of go into acting. I'm not saying I'm an actor, but sure. You go into training and you put on a brave face, and and then you go home, and then it's just like, fuck, like, what's going on? I was lucky enough when the physio said to Brian Lennon at the time, is he alright? And he just went, no. And he just went, no, and your man said, what's up? And next minute I was in the office with the head physio and the doctor, and they said, what's going on? No, I came clean, and they were like, Okay, I went to see someone, sat down, had a couple of counselling sessions.
Help?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did. I did find it a bit difficult.
To open
not opening up.
Right.
It was probably his way of approaching me. Like, he asked me, was I suicidal? I said no. I think no matter how bad it is, I can get out of it. That was just my outlook of it all. And I said, I have enough close family and friends around me that no matter how hard it gets, I can get out. But then he started putting that in my head, and I was thinking, like, why is he asking me all this? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've gone through a shit time, like, or whatever, like, but like I said, I haven't dealt with it properly, but I'm coming out the other side.
Yeah. Unless it's in his training somewhere. I mean, I'm no expert, obviously.
Yeah.
That he needs to eliminate that first, see if there's an immediate
Of course, yeah. But like,
you didn't love that, I guess. It's not a nice question.
It took me way back. Like, and I was kind of like, it hit me hard in the sense, like I don't know what they told him, like the doctor, whatever. I don't know what he was expecting. Do you know what I mean? He has to find a basis or whatever. But like, I was just like, I did struggle for the first couple of sessions in the sense of like, you know, is he looking at me differently here or whatever, like, but it did help, and I would advise anyone, do you know what I mean? And it was, the funny thing about it all was, when I did speak about it, I had friends I played with, close friends, they kind of said, why didn't you ring me?
I'm sure, yeah.
And I said, why didn't you ring me? And they kind of go, well, I didn't know. And I said, just ring me and say, what's happening? Everything all right? How's life? How's the family? Blah, blah, blah. And I said,
would you have opened up to them?
Yeah, I think I would have. Certain fellas you would, certain you wouldn't, like. But like, now I make a conscious effort every now and then. I'll ring a host, I'll text a host of fellas just out of the, like, randomly, fellas I have good time for, and just say, like, how's things, how's life, are you alright?
I'd say sometimes you get back the answer, no, not great.
Yeah, you do, yeah.